Hello and welcome all of you once again. It's Backpack on. Still we're moving around Egypt. Sometimes we move outside Cairo to bring you more about the important sites located on the Red Sea. Some other times we travel to the historical sites to Upper Egypt, and sometimes we find out together more about Cairo. In Cairo you have many different places to visit, whether we are talking about modern Egypt or ancient Egypt or historical sites. Sometimes you have some places to visit, like for example the palaces, that each palace can tell you more about the era it belongs to. In addition, of course, to the religious sites, like for example mosques, churches, and many other important places. Let's find out more about Cairo and more about the beautiful sites located in Cairo.
El Mu'izz Street is one of the best locations, highly recommended to anyone who is interested to learn more about Egypt's history. It witnessed different periods of time, each of which left its mark on one of these buildings located on both sides of the street, and each one reflects a different style of architecture. It is quite clear that Egypt is famous in particular for the diversity and multitude of its Islamic monuments, which were built through different eras. The buildings of Islamic monuments in Egypt has started since the Muslims first opened Egypt in 641 AD. From this point on, Egypt has been ruled by many Islamic dynasties, starting with the Rashidun Caliphs, the Ptolemies, the Fatimids, Ayyubids, the Mamluks, and the Ottomans, ending with rulers from the family of Muhammad Ali. And each of these periods had its own requirements and characteristics, which were clearly reflected on the shape, size, and style of the architecture. Moreover, each ruler tried his best to build structures that express the features of the period he went through. One of the oldest Islamic monuments in Egypt, and its builder, Al-Hakim, who is also one of the most famous caliphs that ever ruled Egypt, is the Mosque of Al-Hakim, located at the end of Al Mu'izz Street. very close to Bab el-Futuh, one of Egypt's ancient gates. Also, it is very clear to the famous Khan el-Khalili market. Therefore, it is always a good idea to explore the monuments in Al-Mu'izz Street after visiting the most famous tourist market in the world, putting in consideration that Cairo one day only consisted of this narrow street and the areas around it. The street contains a huge variety of Islamic monuments. The Mosque of Al-Hakim is the second largest Fatimid mosque in Egypt, and its design is similar to that of the Mosque of Ahmad ibn Tulun. The mosque was mainly built out of brick, other than the two unique minarets that were built out of stone. The mosque consists of an open courtyard, the Sahr, with 4 halls, which are riwaq, surrounding it from the 4 directions. And the largest and the most beautiful among them is the Qibla Ruwaq, which identifies the direction to Mecca, where Muslims should be facing while praying. The Mosque of Al-Hakim is famous for 3 main architectural characteristics. The first is the memorial entrance with its huge size and fabulous decorations. This entrance was the first of its kind to be built in Egypt. The second beautiful architectural aspect of this mosque is its wide white marble floor that reflects the mosque itself from inside. A lot of flakes of birds are usually seen flying around the mosque and standing on its amazing floor as they drink water from its fountain. The third and most unparalleled feature of Al-Hakim Mosque is its uniquely designed 2 minarets, which are located at the north and south corners of its western entrance. They are the oldest surviving minarets in Egypt. Furthermore, there isn't any minaret in Egypt that would look like those of Al-Hakim Mosque because of the rare design that was imported to Egypt from North Africa, the origin of the Fatimids. The minarets were built by dropping them inside two huge square stone structures that appear clearly from outside the mosque. This was how the Fatimid used to build their minarets in Tunisia and North Africa. The mosque would also appear similar to that of Al-Azhar in some factors,